Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaba, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make I forgot what this thing was called, C-24 Mamba. I really like this plane because of the little pocket at the front, and the layers, the fuselage does lock, and especially this central fin, and I wouldn't recommend it to very new people in origami, but if you have about 3 months, you might be able to fold this. But I would recommend this as an intermediate airplane. So let's just go to flying tutorial. All we need to fold this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. We'll start by folding the plane in half, top to bottom the long way. You really want to be accurate on this plane because near the end it gets much harder. So I'm going to unfold that and then fold it back the other way. Just lining up those corners. I'm going to unfold that. Unfold the top edge of the crease we just made. Crease. Now unfold that and flip it over. And then we perform what's called a gather fold, where basically we're sending this top crease down to land on this, just gathering this to land on that center crease that we made, the shorter one. And then we can just bring this flap down and just really crease that section. Now fold this back up and fold the top edge to this kind of flap here that we made by the gather fold, like so, and unfold that, and flip it over. I'm going to make a crease that runs right through this center crease and the crease we just made. So basically we're just landing this center crease on the crease we just made, and the crease just made is going to land on the center crease. So we're just going to flip that, and we're just gonna line up those creases. Now, instead of folding and just repeating, we can just reverse this section and then fold down on this edge to match. And then we can swing this back, and then we can just land that triangle down. Now you see we have these two flaps here, one on the upper layer and then one on the bottom. We want to fold on the top layer a crease that starts right on the top of this pocket here to this back corner, just on the top flap. A bit tricky because the back edge might want to tear just a little bit, so you just want to find where it catches on that corner. Just find right where it wants to catch and kind of just flatten it so it doesn't start tearing. Now we can flip one of these flaps sort of over. We want to make a crease that starts right at the beginning of this pocket all the way to this back corner. So we just find that point and kind of just swivel this to look for that point. And then you can see we have that crease made. And actually we want to tuck this flap just under that layer. Make a crease. Now I'm going to repeat that step on this side, like so. Now we just want to reverse the center crease. That's going to be very helpful in this next step, which is actually called a jet fold. So basically we're going to start by curving this top section until we get to this flap. And we just curve these thick layers. You don't want to crease. Or what you can do is just fold in this top, so you can just make a pinch crease right at the center, and you can flip the plane over we can kind of just massage this so it reverses just a top point to this the curve that we made around this pocket, and then we can kind of just reverse this crease like so. Well, it was already reversed, and you can see it really just wants to make this round and just keep this bent. Now if we want to compress it, is so that this, this section here will come out maybe a little bit over a centimeter, or maybe 2 or 3, something like that. And you can just make sure you line up the rear edge and corner, and then you can just make a crease. I know that's really tricky, but that's just, you can see, just makes that dome section of the airplane. I want to make a crease that starts. You can, if you want, you can just leave a little gap, or you can straight through the nose of the plane. But you just want to end your crease at the back corner. I like to leave a little gap because it's kind of hard to fold it right to that crease, and your paper might tear because of the thick layers. And I just want to fiddle with it until it kind of gets to an orientation that you want it. Just end at that corner. I'll flip it over and fold the side to match. Just on the side to land on top of the side we just created. Now we're gonna perform what's called inside reverse fold on this section here. So what we want to do is kind of just want to open this back area slightly and kind of just reverse this crease right here. And then you can kind of just choose where we want to end that crease. If you want to make it less, you kind of just press down back and then kind of just pull your finger and restart. If you want to make it further, you can just kind of pull this. I just want to stop so it's about 2 inches up front, but whatever you choose, just make sure it's as high as possible so it just catches right on that back area. And you can kind of fold the wings, and you can see these are bubbling up. You can just crease that. Now we're going to perform our lock, which is going to, you can see it's unlocked. This version is locked slightly, but it's okay. So what we want to do is you want to fold the wings back, and we can, we kind of just fold these right on its existing crease, as long with these. And we kind of want to fold both these layers to land on this crease here. So this is a little bit tricky because all these layers are going to want to come forward. And you can kind of just compress everything back. And you see I accidentally formed a crease, because fold that back. And kind of just reorient your plane, because I definitely messed up on this step a little bit, so it's going to take a long time for me to reorient the plane. So now we have a couple steps left. You see we have these 4 flaps, triangles. So what we want to do is start the crease that we want to make. You see we have this flap right up here and just slightly slope up, and you want to make it on this a mountain crease, but if you're facing it like this, you want to make it a valley. There's no specific reference for this. I also just want to fold the 2 triangles, and now we see you have this section here, right here. We can just tuck those 2 triangles into that section on the existing crease that we just made. So I'm going to repeat just fold this step to match. Fold the other two triangles to match, and then kind of just lift that up, this section, and tuck that under, like so. That's just gonna tidy up our plane a bit. So now all we need to do at this point is fold very little winglets on either side. There's no specific reference, just something about that. Just want to make the crease parallel to the center crease. And then we can unfold our wings. I want them to angle up too. And then we can just fold this side to match. And you can see we have a finished C-24 Mamba jet up there. So you may definitely want to add, first you want to test though, and you can see this is a really nose heavy, so you can kind of just bend the back edges up slightly. It's called giving it up elevator. Just gonna fix it. I don't want it too big. I don't know, it's gonna make mine a little bit too big. And so how we want to throw this, as you can see, we have this bottom part just drooping down along with these triangles. So there's actually two ways you can throw this. The first way is, you can see a couple minutes ago, or a couple seconds, whatever, we made these triangles to tuck it in. We can just hold on to those and give it a hard throw, or we can kind of just flip our plane over and hold on to this section, the jet folded section, and kind of just give it a really hard throw. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. And we'll see you next time.